Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I see we have a quorum. Would entertain a motion for approval of the agenda.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the agenda for the special call meeting.
Second.
All in favor, show of hands, please. Okay. And we are to receive as information. Dr. Moore?
Okay, thank you. So we have a very short meeting to consider a couple of items today. A would be the resolution to the Montgomery County Commission regarding the ad valorem tax. And then B would be the resolution opposing the school start date legislation. And so those need approval and then submission once they've been approved with a signature, and we'll get them to the right place.
All right. Well, fellow board members, Dr. Moore, school administrators, teachers, parents, we have some county commissioners in our audience today. This is an important day in the life of the Montgomery County Board of Education. We have lamented for a very long time the inadequate funding for our children, and today we are taking an important step toward improving our situation. A movement started some 18 months ago with board member Erica Watkins Smith to accomplish this task. And for the last 10 months, we as a board have carefully reviewed our local revenues. We have looked at various ways to reduce expenditures and operate more efficiently. We have studied how much money is produced by the various taxes levied on our behalf. We have talked among ourselves, with our constituent stakeholders in the city and in the county, and with advisors who are familiar with the laws and the Constitution of the state of Alabama. We've also benefited from the guidance offered by the State Department of Education. Our current level of property tax support throughout our school district is 10 mills, the minimum allowed by state law. Our goal is to increase that to 19 mills, all for the benefit of the public schools in our district. We have developed a comprehensive plan of dealing with the increased revenues, all with the view toward bettering the public schools in our district. Our plan is to ask for the 9 mil ad valorem increase to increase our funding by approximately $25 million. With this revenue, we plan to secure a bond in the amount of $250 million for capital needs, which includes repair and rebuilding. This will cover repairs for all schools at MPS. The proceeds from the millage increase would be used annually for debt service on those capital improvements, to place a security officer and monitors in every school, to improve instructional programming to include AP teachers in all high schools, career tech teachers in all high schools, art and music teachers in every school, foreign language teachers for all middle schools, incentives for hard-to-staff positions, and more career tech teachers at the Career Tech Center. We would continue the innovative programming for our students. We would enhance the student support services to increase the number of English language teachers, counselors, bus drivers, nurses, and other trauma-focused and social and emotional support staff. This is a comprehensive plan to move MPS forward, starting today and moving into our future. We expect more, and with proper funding, we can deliver a first-class educational system to our students and our community. In order to increase the tax rate, we have 3 major steps. The first is to obtain the approval of the County Commission following a public hearing. The second is to obtain approval of the Alabama legislature through a passage of a local act. And third and final step is to get the approval of the voters in the district. This is an important step for MPS, Montgomery County, and the city of Montgomery. It's the most important one in decades. Everywhere I speak, or everyone I speak to, has asked for better education for our children. Now we have a viable plan and a real chance to achieve this goal. So today I submit to you, and Dr. Moore recommends its passage of a resolution requesting that the County Commission call the public hearing for Tuesday, February 25th. Is there any discussion?
Let me make the make the recommendation and the discussion. Okay. So, at this point, I'd like to, recommend that we approve the resolution to the Montgomery County Commission regarding the ad valorem tax.
Madam President, I move that we approve the superintendent's recommendation.
I second.
Okay, discussion?
Yes. I feel that we need this, but I don't think we're there yet. I personally have too many concerns on the funds that we do have now. I think based on the last audit report, there are things that have not been handled, and the answers that I have been given, I just don't agree with. And I don't want people, as much as I think we need it, my heart says we need it, but my brain says, based on some concerns with accountability and transparency that I have with what's going on at MPS, I cannot say yes. That's it.
Thank you. I understand my colleagues' concerns, but personally, I would love to see us get more. But we're at a point where we must do something to protect our children, to get our students and our teachers where they need to be. It is incumbent upon us to start the process. We cannot be expected to make the giant leaps that we're asked to make off of the monies that we've been neglecting to provide for the past 50 years. We must start somewhere. A lot of the people that I talk to as I go about are willing and ready to pay more. So, to say we don't give our schools anything is a slap in the face.
Any other discussion?
I'd like to add one comment. Back in, I think it was August 2018, I did propose the ad valorem with the presentation to lay out to the community the needs of our district. So I'm going to make this brief. I had so much more to say, but I'll keep it brief. Funding allows for equal access. You can't tell me that I can run a race, make the same time as the people in the race, when the people in the race have an advantage over me. They may have trainers, dietitians, they may have transportation to get to the race versus me having to walk to the race and being told to start 20 minutes behind everybody else, but yet make the same time as everybody else. And the time being 30 minutes. That's how MPS has functioned. And so at this time, we need, and I'm with Brenda, we need more resources. We really do. And I have to say, I was pleased by our local leaders in the pursuit to really push for more. I think it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I don't know if we'll ever get that opportunity again, but if this is where we have to settle, it beats nothing. It gives us much-needed resources. It will build public trust. There will be a framework of accountability to ensure that the key ingredients to the students to have that success, that early access to childhood programs, early childhood programs, effective teachers, and a rigorous curriculum available to all students, irrespective of their race, zip code, and economic status. So it's time.
Madam President, we could all go around the table and say why we need it. But common sense tells anybody in this room and in this community that we need the funds to talk about what we have done, have not done. Let's look forward. You said moving forward. Let's move forward and do something for our children. If we have the support that we've never had before, so to not take advantage of that would be idiotic. And with having said that, I move that we vote.
I do have to ask if there is other discussion.
No, nobody's hand was up. I just said I moved the previous question. That means stop debating to vote.
Okay, so, all those in favor of both of these, is that correct? Did we do them together?
Yes.
Yes.
Can we do them separately?
That was the second. It was the second.
Okay.
I seconded, Claudia second.
Okay. All in favor with a show of hands?
Wait.
All opposed? Okay,
Motion
and
carried.
on the resolution,
I recommend approval of the resolution opposing school start date legislation. Are you all familiar with that?
Yes, we've gotten
is
plenty
there a
calls.
motion?
I make a motion. I move. Thank you, Mary. I move
Second.
that we accept the superintendent's recommendation for the resolution opposing school start date legislation.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor with a show of hands? That passes, and our next meeting is a work session, I believe, February 11th.
No, it's regular board.
That's a regular board meeting, February 11th. Tuesday, February 11th. We are adjourned.
It's a work session.